Hello, friends, both old and new. I am John St. Baptiste, and this is Music Makes People Come Together. Part of media makes people come together, where we share amazing and eclectic media with amazing and eclectic people, much like yourselves. Today, we are covering a very special uh, topic to me, which is one hit wonders. If you'd be so kind, like this video, then hit the thumb, share it, subscribe, hit that notification bell because YouTube needs to know you really care. You really care about me. Just like, oh, I can't remember her name. You like me, you really like me. If anybody can recognize that reference and give me the name, I'd appreciate it because I probably know it, but I'm just not remembering it. Sorry there was no live stream yesterday. I'm still taking up notes about books you want me to read. And we're going to give it that. With Talking Tolkien, still looking for a few people to discuss the next book, which would be The Two Towers. But I want to make sure that I have them set out in advance. So, in the meantime, do what this channel originally started with, which is sharing music with you. I share music with you. You share music with me. We share music with each other, and a good time is had by all. So, something that is very close to my heart that I really enjoy is one hit wonders. And I'd like to share them with you. Now, these are all songs that you've probably heard before, but give them a little information and give you a little definition about the background behind the tracks. So I hope you enjoy that. As always, there's an Easter egg at the beginning and at the end. And I should have a live stream up next Monday. I'm still waiting for some suggestions for books I should read until I get my whole package of people together to speak Tolkien. So we'll get to that, but let's check this out. One Hit Wonders. So One Hit Wonder is considered a band that or an artist who performs a track, it's extremely successful, and then they have no success beyond. By the way, I apologize for the fact that this is being shot on my tablet, just like last week's video. So I know there is some issue with the definition and things are condensed, but it is much better than what I'm dealing with the camera that I got, which I am still arbitrating with the people whom I bought it off of. And I really don't want to be that person. I really don't. Yeah, it's a small business owner. I want to be nice. I want to be like, hey, I just to replace this. But we'll see how that works out. Anyway, let's get to this list. I Ran by the Flock of Seagulls. Now, this came out on their self-titled album in 1982. It was written by their vocalist Michael Score. One Hit Wonder is a band that has one very successful track and then kind of disappears. But it is a very good track, and it involves a person who is terrified of being in a relationship and then finally gets in one, and they end up with aliens. Plus, I did not know there was enough hairspray to do that. But there is, apparently. Speaking of hair products, I getting my hair dyed back to its natural color here very shortly. Because it needs to be done. But it is a great track done by Mike Score. It's on their self-titled album. And they didn't go very far beyond this. After that, we have Lisa Loeb and the Nine Stories doing Stay. This is from the 1994 film Reality Bites, which is actually a bad film but has an amazing soundtrack, an amazing cast, amazing everything. It's just the film's kind of like at best a C plus, and that's if I'm feeling really nice that day, because it's even for somebody my age who was supposed to be apt and appropriate for it, it's not very good. But the song is good. Um, Video is well shot. I like the manner in which the video was shot. And Lisa Loeb, from what I understand, is a very wonderful human being. I have never met her myself. But from what I understand, she's a very nice person. Also, she graduated from Brown, which means she's a little bit smart. Next, we have All the Young Dudes by Mata Hoppel. Now, this was done, well, it was written by David Bowie. And he sent it to them, and they initially denied it, but then they were like, hey, this is a pretty good track. And he actually played it with them. And even though this is a one-hit wonder band and a one-hit wonder track, it has significantly influenced music so very much. This comes from their 1972 album with the same name, All the Young Dudes. And they aren't as prolific as Bowie or T-Rex or whatever, but they still put a major footnote in the direction of what became known as glam rock. Following that, we have Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. Interesting story behind this. For one thing, this is a track that came out in 1976. Now, Rob Parisi was the singer, songwriter, so forth for it. And they were doing a show, and somebody was like, hey, white boy, you gonna play that funky music? And this was when disco was really taking off. So apparently, in 5 minutes, he wrote this. And they did this track. And it has been huge. Like all one hit wonders, you don't really hear anything else from the artists before or after. After that, we have Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum. Interesting story, he's actually a Jewish man. He heard some gospel music and he said, I could write a gospel song. And he mixed his gospel with his hard rock and made what is considered one of the greatest tracks of all time. I like this song a lot. When I die and they lay me to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best. It's really interesting and it's a nice blend of music. It's unfortunate that none of his later work was very successful, but this song really took off his career path. Following that, we have Funky Town from 1979 by Lips Incorporated. Now, if you're my age or older, you remember going to the roller rink and this playing. But even if you're not, you've probably heard it before. Just like you've probably heard all these songs before. But it's a great song. Let Me Take You to Funky Town. It's by Lips Incorporated. It is off of the album Mouth to Mouth. And once again, the only song they were terribly successful with. Anything they did before or after, they were not. Now, as always, there is an Easter egg at the beginning and at the end. And I hope you enjoy those. While you're down there, liking, sharing, subscribing. If you go to the description, you will find the playlist and you can listen to this. An entire day of one-hit wonders. Now, friends, I have to ask you. I know there is so much I have not touched on. But that's what the comment section below is for. Tell me what you think of this video. And tell me some one-hit wonders that you think that I should cover. And I would really like to hear everything I possibly can from you. Some new stuff coming up on the channel. We'll go over that soon. But for tonight, I hope you enjoy this. So, take it for what it is. There's a reason these songs were all huge hits. They're great tracks. And there are actually a lot of other great tracks by these artists that people should check out more often, but they don't. But we're only going to talk about the big important tracks, so that's what this video is all about. I'm going to go ahead and let you enjoy those. Like I said, the playlist is in the description down below. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and In the meantime, if you would please be so kind, POUR, be excellent to one another, and party on.